जो तो प्रेम खिलन का चाओ, सिर तर तली गली मेरी आओ, इत मार्ग पैर तरीजै, सिर दीजै कान न कीजै. Brothers and sisters, in the shadow of Capitol Hill, the mighty Khalsa of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib is giving a message. 325 years ago, from the ramparts of Kesgarh Sahib, in the gathering of 80,000 people, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib put a test. And that test was not new for the Khalsa. That test was the one which was put by Guru Nanak Sahib, that whoever wants to play the game of love, Ishq Hakiki, he should come with his head on his palm, and once whoever enters this field should not betray, should not go back. And that test literally was there with the naked sword. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib asked for that test. 5 beloved ones came forward, and history is testament to it, that in the last 325 years ago, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of followers of Guru Nanak have tread this path with faith, with dignity, with courage. We know in United States of America, when almost 250 years ago, on July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was declared. Then there was a Revolutionary War. There were times that good number of Americans have started feeling that we have made a mistake. British Empire is a mighty empire. We should not have challenged it. And at that time, one writer, Mr. Paine, who wrote a small booklet called Common Sense. And in that Common Sense, Mr. Paine said, "Dark days try the soul of men. Sunshine patriots wither away. Only those with conviction, they stand the ground." Khalsa ji, we for the past 3 centuries, we have faced 4 mighty regimes: Mughal Empire, Afghan invaders across Darai-Khyber, British colonials, and in the past 77 years, those Brahminical people, those who used to obey the dictates of Alauddin Khilji, that if a Muslim wants to spit, a Hindu should open his mouth. Those for 1,000 years, those who have accepted that slavery in these 77 years, they have become worse than the Mughals when it comes to tyranny. They are worse than the Mughals in tyranny and much cleverer than the Britishers. Combination of that too in the last 77 years. And this journey of ours, this journey of oppression and repression started right there on October 10th, 1947, when Patel, who was the Home Minister, Nehru, who was Prime Minister, Chandulal Trivedi, who was Governor of Punjab, they came up with a circular. And I must remind you that before 47, there used to be 29 districts of Punjab, out of which 13 came to East Punjab, rest went to Pakistan. Sardar Kapoor Singh, ICS, who was an ICS officer since 1930s, and he was Deputy Commissioner of District Kangra. District Kangra at that time meant District Kullu, Lahore, Spiti, that all was part of District Kangra. And one fine morning, Sardar Kapoor Singh saw that there is a circular from Governor of Punjab, Chandulal Trivedi. And the words of those circular were, "Sikhs are a criminal tribe and a menace to the law-abiding Hindus." And this is when 40% of the Sikhs were uprooted from the Pakistan side. They lost their dear and near ones. They lost their properties. They left 178 gurdwaras, historical shrines there. And this was the first reward given by the government of Nehru, that we are criminal people and we are a menace to the law-abiding Hindus. Bhai Sahib was describing that how at one time even Punjabi Suba Zindabad slogan was banned, and one 12 years old Sikh child, Amarjit Singh, was tortured and his dead body was thrown in a well in the district of Karnal. Whoever has visited Amritsar, has visited Central Sikh Museum, can see the picture of that small boy, Amarjit Singh, who was tortured to death. In the last 4 decades, since June 1984, we all, though we are here, we are part of that legacy of the Khalsa Panth, but we know that in these 4 decades, we have suffered one genocide after the others. On June 1984, there was a full-fledged attack of Indian Army on our sanctum sanctorum, Darbar Sahib, and 37 Sikh historical shrines. They brought tanks in 4 gurdwaras. They brought tanks in Darbar Sahib Parkarma. They brought tanks in Taran Taran Sahib. They brought tanks in Gurdwara Muktsar Sahib. They brought tanks in Gurdwara Dukh Nivaran Patiala. November 84. Anybody who visits Widow Colony can see that how over 30,000 Sikhs were butchered, cold-bloodedly murdered, small children roasted on the gas, and in the corridors of power in Delhi, they used to say, Sikhs used to recite, Raj Karega Khalsa. We have taught them such a lesson that Yad Karega Khalsa. But the Khalsa of the Guru Panth, who always had in his inner consciousness the Sarbansdani Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, who has challenged Aurangzeb. I'll remind you the words of Zafarnama and Fathnama, where Guru Gobind Singh Sahib wrote in Persian, Aurangzeb, you must be very happy that you have killed my 4 sons, you have deserted my Anandpur, but you have extinguished the few candles. The whole hot burning of Khalsa is around me. I'll make Punjab so hot that your horses won't be able to gallop around the burning plains of Punjab. And history is a testimony to it, that we uprooted the Mughal Empire, we set the borders of Punjab to Darai-e-Khyber, and is the same message to the Indian rulers. You must have heard a new term, Transnational Repression crime. What Indian government did, and 2 days ago, the very esteemed publication, The Guardian, has come up with an investigative story that how Indian intelligence operatives have admitted that in the last, since 2019, they have killed over 20 activists in Pakistan, including Bhai Amarjit Singh Panjwad in the month of May. And that story tells that when the farmers' agitation, which lasted for 13 months, and eventually Government of India had to take those 3 farm laws back, when they analyzed, they said diaspora Sikhs are the strength of this movement, and whatever is happening under transnational repression, its script was written immediately right after that. They struck in the month of May in Lahore, killed Bhai Amarjit Singh Panjwad. On 15th June 2023, they killed Bhai Avtar Singh Khanda in Birmingham, UK. On June 18th, 2023, they killed Bhai Hardeep Singh Nijjar in the precincts of Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara Surrey. And what the indictment in the New York court, which is filed by Justice Department, tells that how they had Gurupatwant Singh Pannu murder plot, that how they hired one co-conspirator, one which is either Ajit Doval or Dinkar Gupta, head of NIA, or the Goyal, who was the chief of RAW at that time. They hired this Nikhil Gupta, and how he was ordered that he will eliminate over a dozen Khalistani activists in Canada and America in the coming months. We are thankful to our lawmakers, opinion makers, decision makers in this country. They have stood for the rights of the American citizen the way American agencies, they have activated themselves and has held Indian government accountable. We know that at this stage, this is under investigation, though as per Bloomberg reporting, Indian government had already admitted that some rogue element has done this, but he used to work for RAW, but now no more. But we know that it is directly under the orders of Narendra Modi, Ajit Doval, who is really the devil, and we need to give this message. This 7th Sikh Day Parade or Freedom March on the Capitol Hill, this has a value. This is not mere symbolism. This is the country in which we came. We are enjoying all the rights. Over a century ago, our ancestors came here. They struggled a lot. Sometimes in the 1950s, one Sikh used to be in US Congress, Dalip Singh Sond. And now we are proud that not only that transnational repression victims were in this country or in Canada, as these days a hearing is going on investigation that how Indian government intervened in Canadian federal election in 2019 and 2021, and out of that CSIS report has come that they have even targeted Jagmeet Singh, who is the leader of NDP party, who is the parliamentarian and with whose support Justin Trudeau's government is functioning. If they have gone to this extent, how far we can wait that now it is a final test. And as I say, that when in America, in this Virginia, Richmond, one slogan was given at one time, give me liberty or give me death. But much before that, in 18th century, the Sikh definition was very simple. Khalsa, Badshah, ya Baghi. Either we are sovereign or we are fighting for this sovereignty. And the slogan of the Khalsa was, Raj kare hain, ikke lad mare hain. Either we will be sovereign or we'll fight, we will die fighting for the sovereignty. This is the message which should go from here, that eventually, though that historical moment is about to come, when Khalsa will have its own nation amongst the 193 flags which are raised in front of United Nations, 194th flag is going to be of Khalistan from river Jamuna across Wagah, all this territory which is Sikh homeland, which is the cradle of our civilization, in which land we can see that how Sikh gurus, those who fought for the rights of the others, Guru Nanak Sahib was the first one in that part of the world in human history who has raised his voice when he said, Rajeshi Mukaddam Kutte Jaye Jagayen Baithe Sutte Chakar Nenda Payan Kao Rat Pit Kutte O Chat Jao. The Khalsa of Guru, mighty Khalsa, has that courage, has that strength, and has that faith. We are thankful to the East Coast Sikh Coordination Committee and particularly over a dozen Gurdwaras of Washington metro area, those who have made this event a historical event. Today we have double Sangat than last year, and in the coming years, our very clear message is, Raj kare hain, ik hai, lad mare hain, give me liberty or give me death. Towards my closing comments, when we say, and there is a class of people, those who say, ji Khalistan de naaryan naal thodi Khalistan ban jana. But remember how Indian government protests to the Canadian government, that why there are pictures of martyrs in the parade, why Sant Jarnail Singh Pindranwale, his name is celebrated, and we won't do justice with this function if we don't remember Sant Pindranwale's these words, Khalsa ji, shahidan de khoon da haq lene. ਤੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਖੂਨ ਦਾ ਹੱਕ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ। आओ पंज बुलंद नारे अपनियां मन दियां नज़रां नूं अकाल तख्त साहिब, वो अकाल तख्त जिस नूं छेवें पातशाह ने जिस दी जदों नींह रखी, मीरी पीरी दियां दो तलवारां पहनियां ते पहले सिख ढाडी भाई नत्था ते अब्दुल्ला ने ये वार गावी सी। उस दो तलवारी बधियां, एक मीरी दी, एक पीरी दी, एक अजमत दी, एक राज दी, एक राखी करे वजीर दी, पग तेरी की जहांगीर दी। 4 सदियां तो अकाल तख्त सच हक इंसाफ दा जामन है। हिंदुस्तानी हुकूमत ने अकाल तख्त ढा के समझिया सी कि उन्होंने सिखां दे इस इमोर्टल तख्त, इस थ्रोन ऑफ द इमोर्टल, इथों आज़ादी दी आवाज़ नूं खत्म कर दिते। पर हर सिख दे अंदर वो टट्ठा अकाल तख्त उसरिया है और 4 दहाकियां बाद असी देख सकते हैं कि अकाल तख्त की धरती तो वाशिंगटन कैपिटल हिल की शैडो च बैठे हैं। असी उसे खालिस्तान की मंजिल दे करीब हैं। 5 बुलंद नारे जेड़े दुश्मन नूं भी तक पाउण, जेड़े अपने विच भी कच्चे पिल्ले बैठे हुए ने, जेड़े अज बड़ियां गोल मोल गल्लां करके अपने आप नूं जस्टिफाई करते हैं, वो भी साडे भरा ने। कोई गल नहीं है जे तुसी गवाचे हुए सी, दुश्मन दे खैमे च सी, आओ गुरु नानक दी छतर छाया थले इस खालसा पंथ दे, इस केसरी काफले दे जे शाह सवार नहीं बन सकते, घट्टो घट हम सफर जरूर बनो। 5 बुलंद नारे अकाल तख्त वल अपने मन दियां नजरां नूं लिजा के अकाल तख्त तो आई आवाज,
खालिस्तान खालिस्तान,
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 अकाल तख्त तो आई आवाज।
खालिस्तान खालिस्तान।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।